This is page 86, and we are going to learn about reciprocals. Another way to divide fractions is to use reciprocals. Two numbers whose product is 1 are reciprocals. So let's show you what that looks like. 3/4 times 4/3 gets you 12 over 12, which is equal to 1. Therefore, 3/4 and 4/3 are reciprocals. Now, most kids notice that the 3 that was the numerator becomes a denominator, and the 4 that was the denominator becomes the numerator, and it's really that simple. They even show it right here. The numerator becomes a denominator, the denominator becomes a numerator, and then you get a product of 1. And that should make sense. If you go down and look at the reciprocals down here, that should make sense, because if you did 2 times 9, you'd get 18, and 9 times 2, you'd get 18, and 18 over 18 equals 1. And that's the whole point. If a number times its reciprocal is equal to 1, then they're reciprocals. So the reciprocal of 1 over 8 is 8 over 1, because you'd get 1 times 8 is 8, 8 times 1 is 8 times 1 is 8, you get 1, therefore 1/8 and 8 over 1 are reciprocals. This one's kind of funny. 5 times, well, what would you have to multiply 5 by to get to a product of 1? Well, you have to make 5 over 1, and then its reciprocal would be 1 over 5. So that's kind of the thing here. If you have a whole number, we're going to answer this question later on the page too. If you have a whole number, its reciprocal is that same number, but it's with the numerator of 1 above it. All right, so let's go check out a couple of reflect questions. Is any number its own reciprocal? Remember what reciprocal means is when you multiply it to get a product of 1. So what times 1 would equal 1? Well, that's just 1. Is any number its own reciprocal? Yes, 1 is its own reciprocal. And it asks to justify your answer, and we're just going to simply write this. 1 times 1 is equal to 1. That's the point. If you multiply it by something and it becomes 1, that means it's a reciprocal. Well, 1 is its own reciprocal because 1 times 1 equals 1. Question 3 says, does every number have a reciprocal? Explain. No, there's a number that you can't multiply by its reciprocal to get a product of 1. What is that? It's going to be 0. 0 does not have a reciprocal. Because 0 times everything is 0. When you multiply 0 by something, you can't get a product of 1. So 0 does not have a reciprocal because anything times 0 is 0. The reciprocal of a whole number is a fraction with what in the numerator? So the example from above was 5. What is the reciprocal of 5? The reciprocal of 5 is 1/5. That's this question right here. The reciprocal of a whole number is a fraction with what in the numerator? 1 in the numerator. The reciprocal of 5 is 1/5. It's just like that. All right, let's check out the reciprocals at the bottom of the page. These are probably going to be just about the easiest thing you've done all year. The reciprocal of 7/8 is 8/7. Again, you just switch the numerator and the denominator. The reciprocal of 9 would be, well, 9 is the same as 9 over 1, so its reciprocal would be 1 over 9. And the reciprocal of 1 over 11 would be 11 over 1, and the book actually wants you to not even write 11 over 1. They want you to just write 11 whole, because 11 over 1 is the same as 11. Okay, good job. You're done with page 86.